Imagine waking up one day and you're not in your body. You still remember your name, your past, your personality, but your thoughts, your consciousness are now running on a machine. No hunger, no pain, no aging. You've uploaded your mind. It sounds like science fiction. But mind uploading is one of the most provocative and controversial ideas in science today. It's not just about escaping death. It's about redefining life. But is this really possible? And if so, how soon could it happen? What are the methods? The risks? The ethical cost? Let's break it down. At its core, mind uploading is the idea of transferring human consciousness, our thoughts, memories, and sense of self, into a non-biological substrate, a brain made of silicon instead of cells. The goal isn't just to store data, it's to preserve identity. But before we talk about how, we need to ask, what is consciousness? We don't fully understand it. Neuroscience can map which regions of the brain light up when you feel love or make decisions. But why those patterns generate a subjective experience, the feeling of being you, is still a mystery. This is called the hard problem of consciousness. And it's the philosophical wall that any uploading technology must eventually climb. Because to upload a mind, you must do more than simulate behavior. You must preserve the self. Still, there are two main paths being explored: emulation and reconstruction. The first approach, emulation, focuses on copying the brain in detail, every neuron, every synapse. The idea is, if you can scan the full structure of the brain and then replicate that structure in software, the emergent behavior might be consciousness. This is called whole brain emulation. It's not a theory. It's a goal actively pursued by projects like the Blue Brain Project and the Human Brain Project. They aim to simulate brains, starting with small animals and moving upward in complexity. But the challenge is monumental. Your brain contains roughly 86 billion neurons. Each neuron connects to thousands of others, forming over 100 trillion synapses. To map it all, we'd need nanometer-level scans, far beyond current, non-destructive imaging techniques. Right now, we can scan the brain of a fruit fly. Barely. Scanning and simulating a human brain would require storage, processing, and precision that's still decades away. Then there's reconstruction. Instead of copying the exact structure, this approach tries to replicate the function of your mind. Think of it like training an AI model on your behavior, feeding it your writings, recordings, preferences, until it mimics your personality. You might call this a digital twin. It talks like you, jokes like you, maybe even thinks like you. But is it you? That depends on what you believe you really are. Is identity a process that can be reproduced? Or is it tethered to your biology, your body, your cells, your mortality? And even if we could upload a mind, what does that mean for death? Some believe mind uploading could offer digital immortality. But consider this: if your brain is scanned and copied, and your biological self still dies, is the copy truly you? Or just a sophisticated echo? It's a philosophical minefield. Because if continuity of consciousness matters, then a perfect replica is still just that. A replica, not survival, not salvation. Now let's talk timelines. Experts are divided. Some AI researchers believe we could reach mind uploading within the next 50 to 100 years, assuming exponential growth in computing power and brain mapping technologies. Others argue it's centuries away, if ever. Not because of technology, but because of our ignorance of consciousness itself. But assuming it does become possible, how would it work? One speculative process involves freezing the brain through cryonics. Later, advanced nanotech could dissect and scan it layer by layer, mapping every neural connection. This connectomy could then be uploaded into a supercomputer or neural simulation platform. Alternatively, we might develop real-time, non-destructive brain scanners, allowing a living person to gradually transfer consciousness, piece by piece, into a digital substrate. This gradual upload might even preserve the illusion of continuity. But with power comes ethical weight. Who controls your digital mind? Can it be copied? Can it be paused, edited, or deleted? Would you still have rights? If governments or corporations control the platforms, then uploading might not free us. It might enslave us in new ways. Terms of service could become terms of existence. Then there's the question of inequality. What if only the wealthy can upload? Would that create a class of digital immortals, outliving the rest of us by centuries? Or would the first uploads serve as guinea pigs, glorified software, without rights, agency, or even true awareness? Finally, we must ask, if death is part of what makes life meaningful, what happens to meaning when death disappears? Does love change? Do relationships deepen or lose urgency? Do goals matter when you have infinite time to achieve them? Mind uploading challenges not just biology, but philosophy, psychology, and spirituality. It invites us to imagine futures where identity is fluid, where memory can be backed up, and where self might become portable. So, when will it happen? We don't know. How will it happen? We have theories, blueprints, and early prototypes. But the bigger question might be, should it happen? In chasing immortality, are we preserving what it means to be human, or slowly forgetting it? Because the dream of mind uploading isn't just about escaping death. It's about what we're willing to trade for it. And one day, we may all have to decide. Do you upload, or do you remain? Because in the end, the choice might not be technological. It might be existential.